Because we are here in Bangkok, Thailand for this Windows 2 and 3 hosted by Group B. Of course, BCL Asia East did commence in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysian Group A, in which we got to see teams such as NS Matrix Tears, Pelita Jaya, as well as Bishrab Mattel, the other team from Mongolia, as well as Taoyuan Palian Pilots, the only undefeated team along with the Broncos so far here in BCL Asia East. Well, tonight's game will be very interesting. As mentioned, of course, there is the schedule for the remaining games. Of course, the big one that will be happening on Monday, May the 5th, which will see the rematch between both High Tech and New Taipei Kings. A very close matchup. New Taipei Kings, heavy favorites to finish top of this group, but having lost to the Broncos in the opening window in New Taipei, things are looking very interesting, to say the least. Well, Android have come here. They played as hard as anybody could, but I think it's just fair to say that this Group B very competitive, and Broncos right now going with a starting lineup of Otkan Batar, Enk Batar, and not to mention likes of Jordan Tolbert. So tonight they will be bringing Jordi Chimanga, their leading scorer, who's just one rebound shy of a double-double, off the bench. Well, the man who started as an assistant coach, Coach Erdene Ariombold. Of course, it was his first international coaching victory for him. First time coaching at an international stage, and a big win, not only for the Broncos, but for Mongolian basketball, winning on the road against Chinese Taipei powerhouse, the New Taipei Kings. Those two teams will get a rematch when we head to Mongolia for the final window. Well, Freddie Leash will make a start tonight for High Tech, along with the likes of Michael Singletary, their leading scorer. So Manuel Ajesu, along with Janatip Jakrawan, both players do feature for Thailand's national team, along with Atapang Lilatvit Patkul, who will be their first primary point guard. Well, as mentioned, with High Tech Basketball Club, a lot of similarities with the Broncos. Both clubs come from rising basketball countries and unfortunately failed to qualify for the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup this summer in Saudi Arabia. But now it's a chance to put their clubs on the biggest stage of Asian basketball, and now will be the 2025 FIBA BCL Asia. But to do that, they've got to finish top two in this group, and then they've got to be the top two teams at the Final Four that we'll see late June, early May. Remember, BCL Asia, the final tournament, just like last season, will be hosted between the 9th and the 15th of June, a venue yet to be decided. Of course, defending champions Al Riyadi right now looking like the stronger team in the FIBA Vassal. Remember, BCL Asia will see the champions of Japan's B-League, Korea's KBL, China's CBA, the Philippines PBA, along with two teams here from BCL Asia East, and the two very best from the FIBA Vassal. Well, again, welcome fans watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. This is BCL Asia East, Windows 2 and 3, joint hosted by Android and High Tech Basketball Club. We are here in Bangkok, Thailand. It is High Tech Basketball Club going up against undefeated Broncos of Mongolia. Well, to all of our Mongolian fans, Sain Batskanu, and to all of our Thai fans, Sawadee Ka. Welcome, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We're set for tip. And Jesu will jump this one with Jordan Tolbert. Well, interesting for the Broncos, they are bringing their number one player off the bench, and that is Jordi Chimanga. But in the case of High Tech Basketball Club, I mean, they have a very talented team. Naturally, everything is going to run through Michael Singletary. Of course, now in his first season in Thailand, after having a very horrific injury while playing for the Taipei Fubon Braves for nearly 4 years in Chinese Taipei. But one thing you got to credit the Broncos with, defensively, they are intense and already forcing a turnover against High Tech. Broncos now getting the first possession. Trying to set the tempo very early. One thing they did very well against Android in the early stages, they shot the lights out from the perimeter. Well, nice backdoor play. Finds the young fella, but he can't finish. Jackarine with a rebound. Well, Janitip Jackarine has been arguably the face of Thai basketball, especially within FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. High-tech going for a three. Singletary offensive rebound, but he misses from point-blank range. And now Broncos looking to push this one. Well, again, putting the brakes on, goes in, penetration, but another missed layup. Well, already seeing two good moves from both teams, but the inability to finish in and around the basket, that's something they're going to have to take a lot more pride. That time, that should have been finished by Barisbol Batat Erdene. Of course, had 3 3-pointers in the first quarter last night against Android. Barisbol finding Tolbert. And now they get a wide open three. Three is up, no good. That's not a bad offense. Well, Jackarine's one of the best back-to-the-basket post players. Get good footwork, but he misses again. And Ajesu finally cleans up. But you've got to love the post work from Janitip Jackarine. Something you probably see him do for Thailand's national team. But something about the rims tonight. Both teams having their struggles very early on. Now Miller, looking to ISO. Bit of separation, pulls up mid-range. Beautifully tucks that one away. Well, the experience of Miller goes to adding Ian Miller, I should say. Been an invaluable asset so far to this team, especially in their quest to qualify for 2025 Basketball Champions League Asia, the #1 competition here in Asian basketball. Singletary contested. Again, I don't think the defense could have done anything better. Michael Singletary, 2 hands in his face, no problem. Now making it a 3-point lead. High-tech going into a 2-3 zone defense. Well, no, actually, it's not quite solved. It's a matchup. Tolbert now. He'll try a 3-pointer. That's a good look for him. But High-tech will regain this one. High-tech need to extend their momentum, trying to build a lead as big as possible, because you know when Chimaga comes on the floor, everything is going to change for the Broncos. Nice pass, finds a Jess who goes in. Big man! Well, the Thai Beast had a very good game against Android, made a 3-pointer, was the player of the game. Remember, he's only 20 years old. Five-point lead. That takes deflection, but it's going to remain Broncos ball with 9 here on the shot clock. Almost 3 minutes played here in the first quarter. Trying to go down low to Tolbert. Using that size, can't finish. Second chance points not falling here to the Broncos, and another turnover. Well, I just wonder, starting Chimanger on the bench, was that a good idea? But probably feeling that they've got the advantage over their opponent, but you cannot underestimate High-Tech Basketball Club. This team is loaded for talent. And there's a turnover. Tolbert spins around. Oh, baby, are you kidding me? Well, JT just did a magic spin. And Freddie, another turnover. But a foul's going to be given. Well, High-Tech, 2 consecutive turnovers proving to be very costly. And they've got to do a better job at taking care of the basketball. Well, case there, you got to like the finish from Jordan Tolbert, but big man putting his hands in the passing lane. Freddie Lee's just not getting open, but look at the spin out. That's baby magic right there. Broncos can tie the game up with a 3-pointer. Haven't made one yet. Miller baseline, pulls up from 15. In and out, can't get it, but that's his kind of bread and butter. It's now Freddie Leash, leading scorer for Thailand in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Well, nice dive finds Ajesu. He's got 6 points. And all of a sudden, big man Manny Ajesu, the Thai beast. Well, this kid, I think he's going to be a great player. Only 20 years of age. Bit of a forced penetration by Batisbold. High Tech looking to extend their lead. Leash sensing the ISO. Now penetrates. Goes in. Gets the M1. And High Tech in total domination at the moment. 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. Leash can make it an 8-point ball game. Well, looks like a sub is coming in, but it's not going to go. And now Broncos come up with it, down by 5 points. Just under 4.5 to go here in the first quarter. Again, trying to build that momentum anywhere possible here tonight. But High Tech's defense, hands in the passing lanes. Miller got it by Singletary. Basketball, 3 in the corner, hasn't made one, but now he cuts it down to a 2-point ball game. Well, if he gets cooking, that's going to be a problem for High Tech. They've got to remain compact on defense. Surely they would have seen how great this team was in the perimeter against Android. Can't take nothing for granted. And again, everything flat back in both teams. And this time, Freddie Leash just putting on a cooking show. They need him to be big tonight. There's no doubt about it. Oh, what a rejection. The Tide Beast just said, not in my house. Get out of here. Well, the penetration was made. The block was done in Bangkok. And I think the basketball, look at this. This is in Bangkok. Sends that one to Phuket. Goodbye. Five-point lead still here to High Tech. Now over 3.5. Chimanga wants a post up. Trying to spin out against Ajesu. Ajesu, good defense. Well, the Time Beast at the moment. Handling his business against Jordy Chimanga. Now, I would say Chimanga in the first 2 games has been the best center here in BCL Asia East. Jakarwan down the middle. High Tech trying to find anything here to break down the defense. But Leash is about to turn this one over. Batismo comes up with it. He almost turns it back over, and he does just that. .304 to go. Moses Morgan, another key player for Thailand's national team, sobbing into the game here at the moment. High Tech looking to extend their lead. They've led by as many as 7. Again, finds a Jess who goes in. 8 points for the big man. Big Manny the Beast from Thailand. Well, Beast is absolutely dominating here at the moment. 20 years old, I repeat, only 20 years old. 7-point lead. Broncos now pulling up in the mid-range. Nothing falling here at the moment. High-Tech again, as I mentioned, they want to build this lead as big as possible going into the second quarter. Wambu and another Thai national team play now extends it to a 10-point lead. Well, what a big-time shot by Nathakan Wambu. If you remember him, he was one of the key players of Thailand in the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, along with Janatip Jakrawan. And now with some new reinforcements, Thai basketball. Well, tonight it's leading by 10 against Mongolia's Broncos. We're going to head to this timeout, and we'll be back in just under 1 minute. Well, welcome back, everybody. Live here in Bangkok, Thailand. Windows 2 and 3 of BCL Asia East at the moment. Undefeated Broncos trailing by 10 points against home team High-Tech Basketball Club. High-Tech, the number 1 team in Thailand. Broncos, number 1 in Mongolia. They still haven't gone down to Jordy Chimanga. Singletary trying to play tough defense. Broncos go for another 3, and this time Ermunzaya Ekmenbayar. Well, no, excuse me. That is Azbayar Tengadel, the young fella. Another young prospect who had a very good game against Android. Matching up with Moses Morgan. 7-point lead currently at High-Tech. The Singletary trying to go off the bank. And now here come the Broncos. Tolbert, bit of contact, goes in, can't finish. But that's going to remain Broncos ball with 1:34 to go here in the first quarter. Well, you like this from the Broncos, trying to push the tempo very quickly in transition. Another change coming in is Ryan Watkins, the leading rebounder who averages 12 rebounds per game so far here in BCL Asia East. Another penetration. Finds Chimanga. Goes up with it. Too big, too strong. Simply Chimanga. Captain Canada just way too good. Goes just shy of a double-double in his first 2 games. Got a double-double last night, 19 and 11. But didn't quite get that double-double in the historic win against New Taipei Kings. Singletary, good defense by Tolbert. And now Broncos can cut it down potentially to a 1-possession game. There's a 3, no good. Chimanga battles, almost tips it in, and still just doesn't go in. But a foul has been called. Broncos will retain this. Well, now you can see Broncos. This is what makes them a great team. Their offensive game has been disrupted. But now they're battling and trying to find other ways to score. Transition buckets. Also second chance points. But you've got to credit High-Tech as well. Defensively, they've disrupted Broncos' perimeter offense. Ikbaya Chulumbatar. Now looking for Chimanga. Wants to go for a post-up against Watkins. Turns around, goes in. Simply too much to handle. And Jordy Chimanga's middle name might be 3 letters. MVP. Another turnover. Broncos can cut it down to 1. And all of a sudden, Mongolian basketball is dominating right now here in Thailand. Well, look at the full court press. Disrupting everything, forcing High-Tech's backcourt, making them put the ball where they wanted to go. Trapping, getting hands into passing lanes. Sideline possession of High-Tech. They've led by as many as 10. But it's been a 9-0 run for the Broncos. 1 second difference between game and shot clock. Wang Boone gives this one up. Now finds Moses Morgan. Splits the defense, goes in, tough layup, can't finish. And now a second left, puts up a prayer. It's all up, it's up. Well, almost got it. But that is the end of the first quarter and a spirited comeback from the Broncos. Mongolian basketball right now here in BCL Asia East is making a name for itself on the international stage. Broncos undefeated here in BCL Asia East, while so far, High-Tech basketball, after losing that opening game against New Taipei Kings, winning against Android here at Windows 2 and 3 at home. Well, this game could go right down to the wire. Well, we're going to take a look at some key stats, and then we'll run back the best highlights. Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. Sawadee ka to all of our fans in Thailand. Sembanu, Sembatskanu to everybody watching in Mongolia. This is BCL Asia East, live here at Group B fixture between the Broncos and our hosts, High-Tech Basketball. And if you're new to BCL Asia East, 8 teams, 2 groups, 24 games in total, 5 windows, and a Final Four to decide which 2 teams will make it to qualify for FIBA's 2025 Basketball Champions League Asia. Miller can give them the lead, and now Broncos have completely turned this game around. 11-0 run from the Mongolia's best team from the league. The domestic professional league is known as simply the league, and they're in the finals, currently leading 2-1 against Bishrot Metel, rival team here in BCL Asia East. Well, they're also in Group A is now Singletary. Goes in, can't finish. Chimanga with a rebound. Broncos looking to push this one. Well, Chimanga was wide open. And now Miller pulls up from 19, hand his face, can't get it. Battling for offensive boards. Good effort from Azbayar Altengarel. Moses Morgan now look for an ISO. Again, just nothing dropping here. As both Chimanga and Barisbal Batare Erdene, number 3, fight over it. So High-Tech will get it back. High-Tech down by 1. Remember, they've led by as many as 10 in the first quarter. It's going to be another turnover. Good defense by Miller. And now Broncos going in, avoids the block, but well, no, a foul's been called. The foul is on Moses Morgan. Well, I got to tell you, he's been one of the best backcourt players so far here in Group B. Barisbal Batare Erdene. And to avoid this block, this takes some serious skill here. He just puts enough arc on it, releases it early enough. Janitip Jakarwan subbing back into the game. Another key player for the Thai national team. Oh, the free throw missed. Well, they had their fair share of free throw misses yesterday, Broncos. But they know too well. High-Tech Basketball Club, after that great game they posed against New Taipei Kings, narrowly losing. This team definitely means business. Almost 1 minute, 30 seconds played here in the second quarter. Jakarwan coming up for a screen. Wambun goes back, good passing. Watkins doesn't take many threes. Not a bad offense, but not quite the right player. Watkins definitely more effective inside the paint. 2-point lead to the Broncos. Effectively getting into a half-court set is now Miller. Kicks out. Oh, another pump fake. Pulls up from 15. Shot is up, and now making it a 4-point lead. Well, the Broncos running wild. Well, that was beautifully tucked away. Well, now you can just see the Broncos' execution just much more fluid, more crisp every time they get the ball on the floor. Of course, they got a penetration which started with Miller, then a kick out, one final reversal, and then Ikbayar Chulumbatar getting his second field goal of the game. Sub coming in for High-Tech as Atapong Lilat Fitpatkul, who's only played 6 minutes so far in the first quarter. Re-entering the play as the primary point guard for the High-Tech. Finds Watkins. Jakarwan's going to get called for a traveling violation. Costly turnover. Oh, this is truly incredible. High-Tech Basketball Club, just towards the end of the first quarter, were leading 20-10. Now it's been a 14-0 run. Question is, well, that could be no backcourt violation. Miller penetrates. In the round, goes in. He'll go to the free throw line. And now you see the Broncos backcourt disrupting High-Tech's, not only the post interior defense, but just the will to get inside the key. Right here from Miller. Morgan's got to do better defensively. Because that time, Jakarwan's got to come over and help. And the overhelp leads, you can see two Broncos players. In that case, it was Batisbol Batata Adene, who had a great night from the perimeter last night. So the man-to-man defense has got to be more accountability from High-Tech. Here, Miller makes the first free throw. Guess he's had quite an interesting career so far. Quite a very experienced player, not to say the least. Of course, did play at Florida State. Was originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course, played in Turkey, played in Kazakhstan, also played in Italy, France, Greece. He's played for some of the top European leagues, and that experience can only benefit the development of Mongolian basketball, now playing against some of the key backcourt players. Almost 3 minutes played here in the second quarter. Morgan finds Watkins, misses last three. Still can't buy a bucket. 15-0 run coming up here for the Broncos. Can they extend this one? Well, Miller hesitates. Kicks out. Mismatch guided by Janitip Jakarwan. Pulls up for a long two, goes in, can't finish. Chimanga, offensive rebound. 4 points to Chimanga. Still can't finish, but another offensive board. And Broncos keep this one alive. Batisbold avoids the block. Another finish, but again, you've got to credit how the Broncos play. Everybody going in for second chances. But can High-Tech finally silence this 15-0 run? There's a wide open three in the corner. Three is up. Finally, they get something. Well, it was a long time coming as Maximus Williams, the Gladiator. Well, Miller down the middle, kicks out. Another three here for the Broncos in the corner. That's a good look. And High-Tech now can tie the game up. 4 minutes played here in the first quarter. BCL Asia East Group B matchup. These two teams, along with New Taipei Kings, desperately want to get into that top two, get to the Final Four, and qualify for the greatest competition in professional basketball here in the continent of Asia. Well, it's going to be a careless turnover. And that is going to be a 24-second violation. Well, I don't know what's more disappointing, the fact the Broncos didn't come up with a wide-open layup, but High Tech didn't react in time. Well, Manuel Jesu coming back into the game has been their best player so far. Of course, the 8 minutes he has played, he does have 8 points. Of course, 5 rebounds as well. Nearly had a double-double already here in the first half as Watkins does go to the bench. Miller now finds the 3. Another offensive rebound. Gets rejected. Well, Janitip Jackaron pins him off the backboard like a magnet on the refrigerator. Well, they had a wide open layup. They got to make this one. And Jesu comes up with it. Pump fakes. Now has 10 points. The Tide Beast, big man Manny. Tying the game up at 25, leveling things up against the Broncos. Well, I would say that's a disappointing transition because Broncos left Manny wide open on the left side. It was a 3-on-2, but they went for a 3-pointer. Now the officials just trying to remove some excess moisturizer. And there's Manny's offensive rebound. So he's 4 rebounds away with a double-double. Because we haven't had yet. We've almost had it. We've come very close. Especially with James Dickey and KJ McDaniels at Palit Jai. We've never had a triple-double here in BCL Asia East. Freddie Leash back in the game for High Tech. Broncos looking to retake the lead. Miller goes in. Little floater, can't finish. High Tech comes up with it. Now for them, a chance to retake the lead. They've led by as many as 10. Now Singletary goes baseline. Then around the defense. Mid-range. Goes out of bounds that time. Chimaga unable to deal with it. Jesu. Well, great work by the young 20-year-old, putting Chimaga under pressure. Now into 10. Well, Jesu's got to be able to put the ball on the floor. Jesu goes behind the back, goes in. Can't finish. Well, Janitip Jacko, I'm not quite sure he was ready for that one. As again, Broncos will have another opportunity to try and extend a lead. Dillon throws a tough pass. But a double dribble is going to be cool. So quite a costly turnover there. Broncos looked like when they went on that 15-0 run, they were going to run away with this one, but an interesting side, Broncos do have 7 steals. And that's going to be their 4th turnover of the game. Now a timeout is going to be called, so welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. If you're watching this game, please hit that like button, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and follow BCL Asia East on X, Instagram, and Facebook. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Bangkok, Thailand, where currently High Tech Basketball Club leveled out against Broncos here in BCL Asia East. The pathway that will see 2 teams qualify for the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, High Tech, as mentioned, actually have led by as many has 10 points this evening. They have 12 points inside the paint, but only 2 fast break points. There's one thing they've got to minimize, the amount of turnovers they have committed. But you've got to credit the defense of the Broncos. High-tech already with 10 turnovers this evening. Trying to break down the zone defense. Miller comes high. Singletary pump fakes. He's made 1 3. Makes another one. And now gives them the 3-point lead. The man who averages 23 points per game so far tonight only now has, well, it's actually only his first 3-pointer. My apologies. So he hasn't made one yet. That was the first one. Well, turnover. Leach comes up with it. Out of control in the layup and misses it. Nobody following up there for an offensive rebound. The Broncos players getting back in time. And that tells you a big difference between these two teams. The motivation, the hunger to win to get to BCL Asia. Broncos trying to go for another 3. Unable to come up with an offensive board. High-tech looking to extend the lead. This catches a tough one. Now he forced up another 3 in the corner. Well, Broncos right now fighting for everything. They may be down by 3. But definitely there's a different atmosphere in the air from the Mongolians. Chimanga spins baseline. Nice pass goes down. Beautiful finish. Well, a dime coming from Chimanga. And that time finding the baseline cut of Binderia Sandardog. Well, Leash has to kick out to Ajesu. And they're gonna call an offensive foul on Manny Ajesu. Wow. I was convinced a blocking foul was gonna be called, but I'd have to see the replay of it. Let's have a look at the replay. I can't see that, but well, I thought the way Binderia Sandardog, number 25 for the Broncos, I thought he was a little bit late with trying to close out, but maybe there was something we didn't see. But Broncos will get it back. 2:26, down by 1. Chance to reclaim the lead. Nice little baseline move. Tolman unable to finish. High-tech comes up with it. And now would he giving Broncos a lead yet again. Jacquard finds Ajesu, goes in. Count it! Big Matty type beast Ajesu going to the free throw line. 12 points this evening. Oh, this is just a very simple equation. Too big, too strong. Simply, the type beast is just too dominant. Well, he is having a game of games. Of course, a heavy fan favorite here in Thailand. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Could he become the first player in BCL Asia East this season to get a triple-double? 3-point lead to High-Tech. Miller looking to tie things up. And he does just that. Buries a 3-pointer. Because he has had his inconsistencies. But nobody could argue how great this man is. So far, Broncos 4 for 11 from the 3-point line here in the first half. And again, things will level at 30 apiece. And he throws it down. Janatim Jacquard connects with it. And a beautiful play by High-Tech. It started with Freddie Leash finding Ajesu. And the big man now getting a dime on that play. As Batisbol just turns this one over. Out of control, trying to go to the bucket. Just over a minute left here in the first half. High-Tech looking to extend a lead. Trying to go to Jacquard. Double team coming over. Miller trying to pick his pocket. They overcommit. But Ajesu turns it over. And Jacquard should have reacted quicker. Because had he got the ball earlier to Manny Ajesu, that would have been an easy 2 points to High-Tech. And it looks like a timeout is going to be called. by the Broncos, down by 2, 54.7. Remember, if you're watching this game live on FIBA's YouTube platform, please hit the like button on this live stream, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and make sure you follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Timeout call by the Broncos. We will return momentarily. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Bangkok, Thailand. Broncos down by 2. The number 1 team in Mongolia looking to go for a 2-for-1 to finish off the first half. The zone defense, 2-3 being exhibited by High Tech. Tolbert inside the paints. Now caught the double team. Spins around. Foul's going to be called, so JT will go to the free throw line. And that's good because now it's going to be 9 seconds difference between game and shot clock here for Broncos to try and get one final stop. That's a good move by JT. I mean, he's looking to kick out, but that time High Tech's defense had everything relatively covered well. Well, Jordan Tolbert so far has been a very experienced player. Of course, former Texas Tech Red Raider. Spent his last year in the NCAA in 2016 at the SM Southern Methodist University. Of course, his first 4 years of pro basketball playing in Europe was in the 2nd division in Italy. Of course, played for Toulon in France. Of course, final year in Europe was playing for Bruxelles in Brussels, Belgium. Levels things up at 32. And another timeout's going to be called, this time by High Tech. 33 seconds left. Of course, great game. Group B fixture between two teams along with the new Taipei Kings, who will want to finish in the top 2 of this group. Because if you finish in the top 2 after the 5 windows here in BCL Asia East, the Final 4, a venue yet to be decided, in which the 2 best teams from the Final 4 will go to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Bangkok, Thailand. Final 33 seconds. High Tech Basketball Club leveled against Broncos at 32 apiece. High Tech led by as many as 10 points. But then a 15-0 run saw this game turn around. Well, Broncos 13 points. 13, I say, from High Tech turnovers. Only 4 second chance points tonight. But 14 points with inside the paint. It's a man-to-man matchup for the Broncos. They do have a foul to give, but they don't want a foul now. They want to get a stop here to get the final play to go into the halftime break with the lead. Singletary lobs down. Jesse tries to go up, but they can't finish. Goes out of bounds. 6.9 left. High Tech will get this back. So High Tech will get the final shot, because that was good defense by the Broncos. But even better job by High Tech for preventing Broncos from coming up with a rebound. Shot clock's been turned off. And Jessu's got to go quickly. Find Singletary, but he stepped out of bounds, I think. So now with 3.5 left, Broncos will get a final play. Miller looks like he wants to go all the way. They get it inbound. Miller pulls up. Deep three, doesn't get it. And at the end of the first half, these two teams, nothing to separate them at the moment, as both the Broncos and High Tech Basketball Club here at BCL Asia East are currently leveled at 32. Well, we're going to take a look at key stats here from the first half, and then we'll run back the best highlights. As mentioned, one area High Tech has done a good job is preventing Broncos from dominating inside the paint, but that could change in the second half. High Tech at the moment being led by the great play of big man Manny Ajesu of the Thai national team. Well, so far in his basketball batata, Denny does have 7 points, but the leading scorer indeed is Ian Miller. Miller tonight, 8 points, does have 2 assists. And they're only 4 out of 12 from the three-point line so far, so 33% for Broncos. Meanwhile, High Tech, well, they're 5 out of 12 from the perimeter tonight. They've been led by Manny Ajesu, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Well, we'll return in just under 14 minutes for the second half, live here in Bangkok, Thailand. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Bangkok, Thailand. Windows 2 and 3 of the FIBA BCL Asia East. A journey that will see 2 teams out of 8. 2 groups, 24 games, 5 windows, and then a Final Four to decide who will go on to represent at the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, tonight's game has seen a very exciting first half between the Broncos of Mongolia against the host, High-Tech Basketball Club, the #1 team in Thailand. But nothing separates these 2 teams as they're both locked in at 32 apiece. High-Tech Basketball Club currently led by the big man, 22 years of age. Manny Ajesu has 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks to his name. Could he be the first player in BCL Asia East this season to get a triple-double? Well, there are the stats as mentioned. Nothing really separates both of them. The only difference is that maybe High-Tech Basketball Club do have 1 more 3-point field goal for that matter. But Broncos slightly better at getting to the free throw line. Well, the one positive note for High-Tech, something that no team has done against the Broncos, beating them on the rebounds. It's no surprise that players like Jordan Tolbert, also the likes of Jordy Chimanga, who's been their best player, but also the backcourt players of the Broncos, they have been arguably the best rebounding team here in BCL Asia East. And again, welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. Sawadee ka to all of our fans from Thailand. Same Banu, same Batskanu to all of our Mongolian fans as well. We're going to get this one back underway. High-Tech can retake the lead. Jacqueline curls a screen, finishes, and avoids the block from Ian Miller. Well, great start for High-Tech, getting points in the paint. Something the Android and New Taipei Kings struggled against the Broncos. Broncos did begin, like High-Tech, in Chinese Taipei as Jordy Chimanga now moves up to 6 points. And can anybody stop the big fella? Born in Montreal, Quebec, made in the CPL, played in Chinese Taipei for the Kaohsiung Steelers, and now dominating here for the Broncos, the #1 team of Mongolia. Step back 3 coming. That's not going to go. Rebound falling in the hands of the Broncos. Now looking to regain the lead. Broncos trailed by 10 points in the first quarter, then went on a 15-0 run. They've led by as many as 5. Tolbert penetrates, goes in, avoids the block. Tough move by JT, the former Texas Tech SMU player. Of course, finished his senior season at SMU, but now another turnover. Broncos out of control, no foul called. High-Tech looking to tie things up. So it takes a slight deflection, goes out of bounds. Of course, this is a very interesting group, Group B. 3 teams who respectfully will probably compete for the top 3 positions. New Taipei Kings, as well as these 2 of High-Tech and the Broncos. They turn over again. Jacqueline careless. But then Broncos turn it back over. Finds a Jesu, connects with it, now indeed has 14 points. And that's great from High-Tech, converting that turnover from the Broncos quickly into fast break points. Of course, if you are new to this competition and to Asian basketball, remember, this is the journey to get to the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia, a competition historically that was known as the FIBA Asia Champions Cup. Now back as BCL Asia. 3 goes up. Offensive rebound again for Miller. Second chance here for the Broncos. Chimanga Seeloff goes in. This time, oh no, he doesn't. He misses. A rarity there because Jordy Chimanga, that's usually his go-to bread and butter. Another turnover, now good pass, but again, can Broncos keep this alive? Wide open 3, takes the time, goes up, and that is way off the mark. Freddie Leash now being gifted with a rebound. Can High-Tech. Penetration from Leash, goes in, foul drawn, but he doesn't get the out 1. But free throws coming up for Freddie. And if you are watching this game live on FIBA's YouTube platform, please let us know in the comment bank, which team are you supporting? Are you a fan of High-Tech, or are you a fan of the Broncos? Let us know. And also, please hit the like button on this live stream. Subscribe to FIBA on YouTube. And if you want all the best news, highlights, and content that matters to you most, follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Again, a big shout out to FIBA Asia staff for doing a magnificent job of getting this tournament going with 5 windows and then a Final Four, and also the social media team for putting out some of the best content week in, week out here in BCL Asia East. Both free throws converted. High Tech reclaiming the lead by 2 points. Tolbert trying to get the backcourt into place. And you got to give Chimanga the ball. Got it by Jacqueline. Twist turn. Oh, better defense. That's going to be a 3-second violation. That's the defense I think many teams have got to do against Chimanga. Well, you saw there Janet Tip Jacqueline, the Thai international, trying to match up with him. But it was down to his teammate, David Singletary, coming over for that double team. I think also many teams have probably been watching. I mean, look, head coach Ryan Marchand of the New Taipei Kings. He understands too well if you double team Chimanga. The Broncos have a plethora of three-point shooters on the perimeter. There's a pump fake. Leash gives this one up. Not to Kamu Mbani. Kicks out. Leash hesitates. He's got to force it up. Fades away. Tolbert comes up with it. Tolbert looking to go the way. Up against Singletary. Gets bumped. Goes in. Finishes. I like that from JT. No protest whatsoever. This could have been a suspect of a foul, but you know, you got to appreciate the professionalism of Tolbert. No arguments. Just plays on. Plays through the bumps. Tough as nails. Wide open 3 for Singletary. 3 in the corner. Unable to finish. Great job by the Broncos preventing the offensive rebound. And now Broncos looking to reclaim the lead. Tolbert makes one more pass. Another 3 goes flying. Make it 3, number 5. And the Mongolians, like they did last night, could they make it rain as Batisbold? Well, he has a set shot of a 3-pointer, but he can knock him down, no doubt about it. Still staying in his own defense. Get him rejected. Are you kidding me? Well, not in your house. Now the convert. Transition. Oh, he misses the wide open gift. Too casual. Singletary draws the foul. It's on the ground. No free throws coming up here for High Tech. Well, what could have been a 5-point lead to the Broncos, and that has been their biggest lead tonight. They've led by as many as 5 when they went on that 15-0 run. Well, they went on it between the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the. Leash has to put up a circus shot, can't finish. And maybe the Broncos just need to slow things down. They are struggling in transition. Chimanga kicks out. Another wide open 3. 3 is up, but that's a good look, but they're unable to make it. High Tech still trailing by 3, but too many costly turnovers. And there's another one. But Broncos, again, just unable to convert any of these tight turnovers. Well, High Tech turnovers into fast break points. And I think a timeout needs to be called because both teams right now just look out of rhythm. Well, welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's international YouTube platform. As always, please hit the like button on this live YouTube stream. Subscribe to FIBA on YouTube and follow BCL Asia East on social media platforms, Instagram, X, and Facebook. Third game for both these two teams here in the BCL Asia East. Those Broncos undefeated. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds live here in Bangkok, Thailand. Well, the Broncos with another chance to try and crack at the deficit. Only a 3-point deficit. Singletary can tie this up. Hasn't been able to hit the three-pointers here in the second half. Tolbert gets another rebound. Same time here, Broncos. The inability to build anything from this game so far. Tolbert in the paint. Traveling violation. Well, another turnover. Broncos probably have committed too many of those. 10 turnovers this evening. Because what also I find very interesting, they are losing the rebound count narrowly here to High Tech. Something you probably wouldn't have expected coming into this game. Natakan Muangbun. Now can tie things up. Goes for three. Does just that. And will level at 41. And Thailand's national three-point shooter. Right now, keeping this game at level place. A level playing field, I should say. Tolbert looking for a dump down. Chimanga catches into a double team. Foul has been called, so this will be a baseline possession coming up. That's only the first team foul against High Tech here in the third quarter. Well, no, it's going to be a sideline ball, so Tolbert's going to leave the game. Ian Miller checking back in for the Broncos, as well as the young fella, Azbayar Atangarel, number 7. Atangarel now looking to give it up. Fighting Barisbold. Up against Freddie Leash. Close bit of contact, can't get it. The follow-up no good, but another offensive rebound. Another chance here for Miller. Well, Miller picks up his dribble. Somebody's got to help him out. Tangadel. Well, that looked like he probably should have been called a travel, but a foul was committed before the travel was executed. So, question is, poor foul to give away, because now free throws coming up here for the young man. It's a great cut to the high post just to help out Ian Miller, knowing that there was no options left. So Azbayar Al-Tengarel, the free throw line. Coulson last night had 13 points, 5 rebounds. Was put in a showcase with his putback dunk against Android. Didn't miss a free throw last night. Only took 3 of them, excuse me, made all 3. Another player, 20 years old. Such potential with this Mongolian international. 2-point lead to the Broncos. It's now under 3 minutes. Moses Morgan pulls up for a deep one. Not going to go. That's Bayad. Tangadel getting the rebound. Cross-court pass. This is good ball movement from the Broncos. The young fella goes baseline. Oh, baby! Taking David Singletary to school with a jab step. Azbayar Al-Tengadel. Well, this kid's going to be special. I'm telling you. Now making it a 4-point lead. Well, Singletary goes in. Doesn't get the and-one, but he'll go to the free throw line. But I want to see another replay of Azbayar Al-Tengarel's baseline move against David Singletary. Because you may be looking at the future face of Mongolia's #1 team, and I tell you something, they showed a lot of promise. They were terrific in the FIBA Asia Cup pre-qualifiers. Now, they were put into a very tough group against China, Japan, and Guam. But definitely Mongolian basketball's on the rise. Singletary unable to make the first free throw. Second one good. Cuts it down to a 3-point deficit. 2:09 to go here in the third quarter. Broncos trying to break down the pressure. High-Tech do have fouls to give. There's a kick out. Patiently trying to go for the right shot. But Miller fumbles it. That was a tough one. And another foul's committed. So, question is this one on the ground or will it be free throws coming up for Azbayar Altengadel? Foul's going to be called against Atapang Lilad Fipatkul, number 8 for High-Tech. Sub coming into the game as Munthufshin Navdor coming into the game. Well, no free throws. The foul was called on the ground. Azbayat had the three-pointer, didn't go for it. Now finds Miller. He'll pull up for three under pressure. Good defense by High-Tech. Down by 3, looking to tie things up, and the three-point shooting hasn't been spectacular from these two teams. Well, it goes out of bounds. Last touch off of Jody Chimanga, so possession will remain with High-Tech. 1:35 here in the third. Well, they can tie things up again. Through in the corner. No good. Chimanga comes up with it. Now he looks to push, but another turnover, and something just isn't quite right. Because they only had 4 fast break points at the end of the first half, but too many unnecessary turnovers. But again, you got to keep going to this. You've got to appreciate the will of this team to keep on trying to push or emphasize the transition play. Another chance of High-Tech to break down this 3-2 zone or 2-3 zone defense. Jacqueline sets the screen on the zone. Another missed attempt. Offensive rebound here for High-Tech. Left wide open, can tie it up. 3 is up again, no good, but Jacqueline. Big offensive rebound, and High-Tech refused to give up. Jacqueline flashes high post. Still nothing. Almost tipping into own basket. And finally, Broncos. And that may have been the most anxious defensive play they've had to go up against here against High-Tech. And something I think has happened off the ball here. Well, I don't know what happened. An unsportsmanlike foul is going to be given. So Broncos will get 2 free throws, and they'll get it back. Well, I don't know what happened, but Azbayat Altengadel has drawn an unsportsmanlike foul. I'll tell you something. This kid is tough as nails. 20 years old. He takes, whenever you see him play for the Broncos, like last night, he plays with his heart on his sleeve. Young, promising player. Very positive attitude. Tough as nails. And he hasn't missed a free throw here in BCL Asia East. Let's have a look here. Well, just a very unnecessary play. I'm not quite sure what Atapang Lilad Fipatkul was thinking, but another 3 goes flying. Offensive rebound. Chimanga goes in. Simply just too dominant. Jordy Chimanga now with 10 points. Well, no, 8 points actually. 8 points to Chimanga, 5 rebounds. But something may have happened as Moses Morgan's on the ground. Let's have a look at the replay. Watch Moses Morgan. Well, I don't know. I can't see what happened from that angle. I have to see from a different angle. But it doesn't look like Chimanga did anything malicious. But again, I can't see from that angle. I'm not saying nothing happened. I'm not quite sure Chimanga's the guilty party at all. I think anything, he's the hero for getting the offensive board. Seven-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for the Broncos. Looking to remain undefeated. Leash off the bench. Fires a three. It's not going to go. And the rebound secured by the Broncos. So heading into the final 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, Broncos of Mongolia lead by 7. As they built slight momentum towards the end of the third quarter, but it's been their rebounding and defense that's disrupted and caused so many problems for High Tech. Well, we'll take a look at some key stats, and then we'll run back the best highlights. Third window, well, windows 2 and 3 of Group B here in BCL Asia East. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Bangkok, Thailand. BCL Asia East, the Broncos of Mongolia lead by 7 against High Tech Basketball Club of Thailand. Two teams hoping to qualify in the top 2 positions here in Group B, which will see them go to the Final Four of BCL Asia East. Well, if you are new to BCL Asia East, a total of 8 teams, 2 groups, 24 games, 5 windows, and then a Final Four to find out which 2 teams will head to the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia 2025 edition. Miller now can make it 9 points, and he does just that. Now goes to double figures. Leading scorer tonight here, along with Barisbo Batara Deni. Both players 10 points. Well, High Tech just haven't gone enough to big man and Manny Ajesu, the 20-year-old. Because there are your stats for the game so far. 6 3-pointers in total for High Tech. Only 5 for the Broncos. But collectively, this team, they've been great defensively, disrupting too many turnovers here for High Tech. And there's another one. Will they come up with it? 2-on-1. Can they convert? Wraparound. Zugir, baby. And as they say in Mongolia, Bayaklar. Thank you very much. Defense leading to fast break points. Incredible stuff here for the team from Mongolia. Another 3 in the corner. That's way off the mark. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. No. Moses Morgan saves this one. Singletary goes for a deep 3. Avoids a shot clock, and he buries this one. Cutting it down to an 8-point deficit. And the hustle from Moses Morgan. High Tech, not done yet. Now Miller gets his one in the corner from Jordan Tolbert. Heavy defense, the hedge on the bull screen. And they've got to make something happen here. And there's another deep 3 goes flying. Not going to go. Goes out of bounds. Well, High Tech still want to make this a contest. There's no doubt about it. But they're going to have to keep on providing something on the offensive end if they want to remain in this game. Well, scoring here would definitely improve their confidence, but it's another... No, Freddie Leash keeps us alive. 7 here on the shot clock. Leash finds a Jesu. One more pass. Another three in the corner. Three is up. It's way off the mark. But again, Manny Jesu can't put it back. But he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Well, tough play to say the least, but great work by Manny. That's quite a hard foul to say. It's got to count here at this stage. Free throws have to be big. Well, they're going to go now to review this. Does an upgrade need to happen? Well, if you're asking me what I think, to a lot more goalie fans, I look qui Ben. I don't understand. I'm not quite sure. Should this be upgraded? Oh yeah, unsportsmanlike. So 2 free throws coming up for Manny Jesu. And now that means High Tech will get it back. So where they built the 11-point lead, now very well could be cut down to 6, and depending what they get from the next possession, might very well be a 3-point game. Well, not something you want to be committing at this stage, but Jesu's got to make these free throws. He's had a good game so far this evening here for High Tech. But he misses. Of course, 14 points tonight for Jesu. That's his first free throw. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Was the player of the game last night. Or 2 nights ago, I should say. Oh, he missed them both. Well, the pressure just getting to him. Well, heavy defense from the Broncos, still leading by 8 points. But High Tech get another chance. Another 3 goes flying, can't get it. It's way off the mark. And Broncos now looking to run. Well, Miller with the ISO. Miller goes in around. Again, nobody following up for an offensive board. Singletary looking to push. Singletary close to coast, goes in. Count it! That's an ab 1. And now he can cut it down to a 5-point deficit. Well, great take by Singletary. 7:35 to go. The former Taipei Fubon Braves player back from injury. Well, great seal-off by Janatip Jakarwan, number 13 for High Tech, preventing anybody to come out and stop Singletary. But another missed free throw. Well, had they made all the free throws, this would be a 3-point ball game. Not a good sign here for High Tech. Foul's going to be called on Jakarwan. That's only the first team foul against High Tech here in the 4th quarter. Well, Chimanga back in the lineup now for Broncos. Miller finds Chimanga. Bumps, goes in. He's unable to finish, but he will go to the free throw line. Because that is the benefit of having just such a dominant post player in Jordy Chimanga. And it's more than just his size and physicality. It's his basketball IQ, his footwork, his good hands. And he knows how to finish and how to post up. Of course, highly regarded back in Canada when he played in the Canadian CBL. But he's unable to make the first free throw. 8 points tonight for Chimanga. Quiet night based on his standards. 5 rebounds. But also, interestingly, Chimanga does have a few steals. His plus-minus rankings at 12, so does put him high up here. Extending their lead. I apologize if you saw the graphic. It's actually the fourth quarter. We have changed that now, not the third quarter. Another missed attempt for High Tech. Still plenty of time left, but defensively, they're going to have to hang in there. Both teams with 2 fouls. Well, as Bayard, deep three goes up. Another rebound here for Broncos. Now we're into 10. Miller defended by Moses Morgan. Finds Chimanga, hasn't missed a three in BCLA's East, and that's his first missed attempt from the perimeter. Made one in Taipei, made one last night against Android, and that is his first miss. And again, rejected by Chimanga. As they would say in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, pas chez moi, not in my house. Almost turning it over, but Broncos prevent this from being a backcourt violation. They go for another three. Chimanga battles, another offensive board. Miller was wide open. Now up against Jesu, goes in, unable to finish. And Jesu gets a rebound. And now Singletary wants to rub it. He turns it over. Well, it's just been a case here for High Tech. They can't take care of the basketball. Well, High Tech have committed 20 turnovers tonight. That's one too many. Especially when you want to finish top 2 here in Group B of BCL Asia East. Another deep three for the Broncos. Banks not open. Now you feel the energy just dwindling down from both these two teams. A win tonight for High Tech would see all 3 teams, New Taipei Kings, Broncos, and High Tech, go to 2-1. Singletary just can't finish, but nobody falling in for an offensive rebound. And that's been a key difference between these two teams. Now Miller pulls up 3. Barron spells, now we're under 5 minutes. Somebody's got to break the ice. If it's going to be High Tech, they're still down 7. There's Singletary. But right there, only Janatip Jakarwan fighting for a second chance. And that's not good enough, especially when you're down by 7. Patient play now from from Broncos, but time is winding down. Got to think about shooting this. There's another 3. It goes flying. Chimanga battles, but High Tech again, they'll come up with it. Still time left for the #1 team from Thailand. The foul's going to be given. That's going to be the 3rd team foul against Broncos here in the 4th quarter. Of course, it would be monumental for Mongolian basketball if the Broncos do win tonight, which would make them 3-0 and probably heavy favorites to finish at the very best in the top 2 here in Group B. Because a loss tonight for High Tech would put them at 1-3. Losing that opening game in Chinese Taipei against the New Taipei Kings, but winning at home here in the opening game of this window, 2-3, joint hosted against Android. But again, Muambun just can't finish. No life, no identity here in High Tech's offense. But can Broncos close this out? Chimanga goes in for Seeloff again. Just when in doubt, you go to Jordy. Jordy Chimanga, Captain Fantastic, Captain Canada. Of course, one of the finest from the CEPL. Dominating experience when he played in Chinese Taipei for the Kaohsiung Steelers and returned to Taipei to haunt the New Taipei Kings in the opening game. Seeloff, pivot, jump hook, it's inevitable. He might be the #1 center here in BCL Asia East. But I know if James Dickey's hearing me, he's going to take that very personally. Timeout's called. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Bangkok, Thailand. 3rd game here in Windows 2 and 3, joint hosted by both Android and High Tech Basketball Club in the BCL Asia East. Group B. Right now, the Broncos looking to remain undefeated, the #1 team in Mongolia, as they lead by 9 points against High Tech, #1 in Thailand. Broncos tonight led by Jody Chimanga, 11 points, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Plus, Asbayar Altangaro, 9 points, has 6 rebounds. Deep three from Freddie Leash, and that just gives them a little bit of hope as he cuts it down to 6. High Tech not going anywhere anytime soon. Still over 3.5 to go. Chimanga, double team's got to come. Finding Miller, pulls up for 15, and again sinks that one right in the face of David Singletary. 12 points tonight for Miller. Also has 4 assists to go to his name. Now we're over 3 minutes. The 20 turnovers have been one too many tonight here for High Tech. Leash penetrates, almost turns it over, keeps it alive. Singletary, still time on the shot clock, guided by Miller. In and around the defense, little teardrop, and again cuts it back down to 6. Big time play by Singletary. Was leading this team here in BCL Asia East with 23 points per game. Tonight he's got 12, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And Leash comes up with a steal. But who's helping him out? And it's going to be a jump ball violation. So High Tech will regain this one because the Broncos had the first play of the 4th quarter. Well, great defense by Freddie Leash. Of course, Freddie Leash, Moses Morgan, Emmanuel Jesu, Janatip Chakrawan, Natakorn, Muangbon, all members of the Thailand national team. And even though they failed to qualify for the FIBA Asia Cup, still there's potential for this team to get to the BCL Asia. Singletary down low to a Jesu, goes in. Counted! Big man! The Thai Beast going to the free throw line. And a chance to cut this down potentially to a single possession game. Again, good hands by Manny Ajesu, the Thai Beast. 16 points tonight, 1 rebound away from a double-double. May not get a triple-double, and he converts the free throw. High Tech just refusing to give up here at home. And a timeout's going to be called with 2:32 to go. This Group B is just simply unpredictable. Well, let us know in the live YouTube comment banks. Welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. But are you a fan of High Tech, or are you a fan of Broncos? Sawadee-ka to all of our fans in Thailand. Sen Banu, Sen Batskanu to all of our fans in Mongolia. Let us know in the live YouTube comment bank who's winning. Will it be High Tech or will it be the Broncos? Well, here we go. Final moments coming up in this game. 3-point lead to the Broncos. Still undefeated here in BCL Asia East. High Tech looked dead and buried a minute ago as they were down by 9. But they've gone on a 6-0 run, cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Hope is still alive here in Bangkok. Because as I said earlier, if High Tech win tonight, they, along with the Broncos and New Taipei Kings, will all be at 2-1, which would leave Android still at 0-3. Seal off by Chimanga. Pump fakes, good defense. And it's another turnover. High Tech could tie this up. Well, there they go for a quick 3. And I don't know if that was the right shot. I don't know if Natakan Muambon needed to take a quick 3-pointer. I don't think that was necessary. Now we're at 2 minutes. Basketball kicks out. Toba trying to isolate. Good defense, but that's going to remain possession to the Broncos. 7 here on the shot clock. They need something good. Well, they just need a cool, calm, collective offense to extend this to a 2-possession lead. Still plenty of time. Goes baseline, pulls up off the dribble. That's way off the mark. Well, no, Toba tips that out of bounds. So 1:43 to go. High Tech will get it back. Kind of filled now. The Broncos' confidence has simply disintegrated. But again, you just need a good offense. You don't need to panic. Same here goes to High Tech. You've got to get something good. You don't need to go for a 3-pointer. Just go for the high percentage shot. Try to cut it down to 1. If you can get an open 3, go for it. Not to cut one boom. Finding Singletary. Singletary goes for a 3, but a foul's going to be called. So that's going to be free throws coming up for Manny Ajesu because it does put. No, excuse me. Yeah, it does, yeah. So now they can cut it down to a 1-point ball game. Incredible. Well, Ajesu did miss 2 free throws early. He did convert the M1 in his last play. He's got 17 tonight. And I think that's the right call. That's a good call by the official. Well, Emmanuel Ajesu, 8 for 11 from the field tonight. 17 points, 9 rebounds. He's only made 1 free throw tonight. Makes this one. Cutting it down to a 1-point deficit. Well, nervy finish coming up here tonight here in Bangkok, Thailand. Second free throw good. It's only a 1-point ball game. And indeed, it's an 8-0 run from High Tech. High Tech 2 have fouls to give. They got 2 before sending Broncos to the free throw line. Trying to find Miller on the handoff. Miller goes for a quick 3. Oh, baby! Uchlara zuge bayaklar. That might be good night from the Mongolians. Miller with the dagger. Timeout called by High Tech. Are you kidding me? Well, still plenty of time left in this game for the High Tech fans. Again, no need to panic here. Over a minute to go, down by 4. And High Tech need to remember they are in the penalty, so any fouls will send them to the free throw line. But, well, to all of our fans watching back in Mongolia, Sembanu, Sembatskanu. I'm telling you right now, Mongolian basketball, it is going skyrocket. You've got to love how the Broncos play. Well, that domestic league in Mongolia is known as the League, and they're currently in the finals. Broncos leading 2-1 against BCL Asia East rivals Bishrelt Metel. Za, baby! I tell you, it'd be a monumental step for Mongolian basketball if Broncos can remain undefeated. Well, they need a good offense here. They don't need to rush anything. Just get a good offense. Still plenty of time left. Well, Singletary went for the 3. Uchlara. Zuge with the block. Bayarte. Goodbye. Broncos right now have everything in their control. looking to remain undefeated. Now a big offense coming up. Got to go to Chimanga. Chimanga post up. Turning around, twist, it goes in. And unable to get it. 40 seconds left. They might want to think about going quickly here. Singletary hesitates. Goes in and cuts it down to 2 with 32.8. Now High Tech don't need to foul. They don't need to foul. Broncos don't need to rush anything, but a foul's been given. And the reason you don't want to foul is because you're just going to cut down time. All you need is a defensive stop. That's a poor foul to give away. That's a very poor foul to give away. You just need a good defensive stop. That's all you need. Then he caught here in the double team. Chimanga down low, goes in. Uchlara Bayerte, the young fella. Incredible. One more time, Mongolian basketball fans. I'll say it one more time. Bayaklar Zugir, baby. Broncos look like they're going to remain undefeated. Leash now looking to give up. Another pump fake. It's up. It's no good. Broncos remain undefeated here in BCL Asia East. Incredible basketball we've seen tonight. Well, High Tech have given everything. They've tried to compete. No doubt they've been magnificent at times. But Broncos have just been better. And they will remain undefeated. Well, there you have it. Broncos win 63-59 against High Tech Basketball Club. The Kings of Mongolia remain undefeated. Zugir, baby. Bakhla. You've got to love it. Those Mongolian fans, they've made the journey. They went to Chinese Taipei. Now they've come to Bangkok. I think a foul may have been committed in that three-point shot by Freddie Leash, which means he might be going to the free throw line, but it will be to no avail because time indeed has expired. But well, I'm not quite sure what the referees are discussing here at the moment. But still not quite sure. I mean, it's going to come to little relevance because there's only 0.4 of a second left in a 4-point game. So Broncos will be winning this one. There's no doubt about it. Well, they're trying to get this inbounds. Well, again, congratulations to the Broncos remaining undefeated. Janitiv Jacqueline's three-pointer becomes an air ball. Bayaklar, Bayarte, Zugir, Uchlara. Those Mongolian fans, well, they're going to have a wonderful journey back home, and we will see them in the following window when we head to Ulaanbaatar, the capital city of Mongolia, the rising basketball market. Incredible scenes here tonight. Well, this team, of course, only one player could very well be the player of the game. I mean, Jordy Chimanga, 11 points, 9 rebounds. But the player of the game goes to the Broncos' number 3, Barisbold Batar Erdene. He finished with 10 points. He was 3 for 9 from the field. Indeed, 3 of those came from the perimeter. He had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 steals. No argument. He was tonight's player of the game. Well, a big congratulations to all the Mongolian basketball fans winning their 3rd game here in BCL Asia East. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, they will go on to be one of the top 2 teams, maybe the number 1 team here in Group B, and get to the Final Four. And you know, who knows from there? Maybe Mongolian basketball, although it failed to qualify for the FIBA Asia Cup, maybe we will see the number 1 Mongolian team at the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. It's just been a terrific game tonight here from the Broncos, and as mentioned, we will indeed get an interview with the player of the game, Barisbold, number 3 here for the Broncos. He was terrific tonight. Well, party time is going to be back in Ulaanbaatar. Mongolian basketball definitely on the rise. Well, Son and Eubank. Look at that one, basketball fans. Broncos. Eubank, top of the group. Well, Tewanda. You've got to love this Bayaklar. Well, as mentioned, we will be having an interview with the player of the game. Well, the player of the game, as mentioned, indeed is Basketball Batara Dene. 10 points tonight, 8 rebounds, 5 steals. A terrific game, plus minus ending, of course, efficiency ranking of 15. But you got to credit that young man. Asbayar Altengarel, 20 years old, number 7. 11 points, 6 rebounds. Because he was terrific. The future is definitely bright for Mongolian basketball. There's no arguments. Well, terrific game tonight. And of course, as mentioned, we do have the post-game press conferences, so don't leave us quite yet. Of course, if you are thinking about leaving early, Sekamarsnu to all the fans in Mongolia. But don't leave us just quite yet. Of course, as we will be getting a post-game interview. Well, as mentioned, fans, we are having a post-game interview very quickly with the player of the game, number 3 of the Broncos, Basketball Batar Erdene, finishing with 10 points, 8 rebounds, a total of 5 steals and an efficiency ranking of 15. He was terrific tonight, there's no doubt about it. Well, it's unfortunate scenes tonight here for High Tech, because their fans were terrific coming into this building. We are meeting with Basketball very quickly, number 3 of Mongolia's Broncos. So I'd just like to say a big Bayaklar to all the Mongolian fans who tuned in, and very soon, Dara Ulsi Bayarte. I will be seeing you all very soon in Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar. Of course, exciting times here for Mongolian basketball. Remember, Bishrad Metel. They still have a chance to qualify. Well, here we go.
Right,
our player of the game. Let's listen.
Player of the game, Basketball Bata Arden. Great game for you. 10 points, 3 3-pointers, a lot of 8 rebounds, 5 steals. Just first of all, what's going through your mind? What kind of game was this for you?
Of course, happy to win. Our goal is the travel games. Always trying hard. It was a really tough game. Physically, yeah, happy to win.
You're undefeated after 3 games, and now you're going to the home stretch. What can you say for the fans to expect when you go back home for those remaining 3 games?
Okay. Now we play 2 games at home. Of course, we play very hard games together. We need to try more our defense and offense and some mind games, I think.
One last thing, a lot of fans have been coming to cheer for you here in Thailand and also in Chinese Taipei. Can you say a little bit about the Mongolian fans that have traveled to come watch you everywhere you go?
Can I speak Mongolian to Mongolian fans? Аялан тоглолтоор 3 ажил авсандаа маш баяртай байна. Тэгээд телевизээр болон энд ирж дэмжсэн монголчууд, Тайванд дэмжсэн монголчуудаа бүгдэнд нь баярлалаа гэж хэлье. Одоо биднэрт 3 тоглолт Монголдо хийх хавар болсон байгаа. Тэгээд Эмбак Аренадаа болцгаая.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. There is the player of the game, Batara Deni Batispol. Terrific performance tonight. 27 minutes played. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds, a total of 5 steals, and finished with an efficiency ranking, of course, of 15. Well, fans, don't leave us yet. We are going to stick around for the post-game press conferences. And as again, I would like to say one more time to all of our fans in Mongolia, Bayaklar, Zugir, Zugir, Uchlara. I will see you all, as I will be live in Mongolia at Ulaanbaatar for that window. But unfortunately, for me now, it's Bayarte, Dara, Ulzi. I'll see you all in Mongolia, but don't leave this YouTube live stream. Remember, we have the post-game press conferences. But for now, good night, God bless, and see you soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for Basketball Champions League Asia East game between High Tech and the Broncos, with the Broncos winning 63-59 in an exciting game. Right now, we have Coach Arun Bolt and player Barsh Bolt on the podium today. First of all, I'd like to ask for both of your comments on the game, starting with you, Coach. Yeah, your comments on the game that just passed.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Then, firstly, thank you, the Lord, and because this is a so hard game for us. So we missed so many times the layup, there's so many shots, but in this time we won to our defense. Our defense is very good. That's why I want to congratulate all of my players. So thank you for the high-tech player and coach team. Thank you.
Yeah, Barsh, a bit of your thoughts on the game.
Ер нь маш ширүүн тоглолт болж өнгөрлөө. Тэгээд тоглолтоос гаднаас тоглолтод нөлөөлөх зүйл нь гэх юм бол заалны уур амьсгал одоо нэг халуун болохоор тоглогчдоос их хөлс гараа тэгээд бөмбөг их нойтон бас ер нь дамжуулж төгсгөж залж явахад их хэцүү байлаа, алтрамтгай. Тэгээд мэдээж хоцсондоо баяртай байна.
He says in firstly that he's so happy for the win. And in this gym, the atmosphere is so hot. That's why they're so different than our country. Then the ball is so sleepy. Then that's why we lost the turnover and missed something. But this is so hard and physical game.
One question about the later parts of the game. High Tech were making a run to come back into it. What was the point of emphasis for you guys to stay focused and to not let them get too much momentum to get the lead?
I want to mention our defense again, because of just the high-tech offense is very, very good and so physical, and the big guys is working very well. But our defense is working by team. That's why this is the result of our defense.
We asked to Barsbold at the flash interview already, but asking this to you, Coach. 3 games on away here with a win. You're going back home with 3 more games. What is something that you really want to show for the Mongolian fans when you get back there? I already asked him
Okay,
already.
firstly, we are so happy for the 3-0 win, but we have big responsibility to protect these wins. That's why we must try to our best in our country, our home court play. We're going to go leave tomorrow. Then after that, then we focus on the next games.
All right. Thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We will be back soon with High Tech. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoyed your stay here.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Welcome back to the second part of the post-game press conference. We now have High Tech here with us. A close loss, but a great effort by the team. We will get the comments from Coach Pashakon Lertlaokun and player Emmanuel Ejesu. First, your comments, Coach, on the game. ก็โค้ชแก้วนะครับขอคอมเมนต์ของเกมนี้นะครับว่าเป็นยังไงครับ
ก็เปิดก็เป็นเกมที่เราสตาร์ทควอเตอร์ได้ดีนะครับทั้งข้างนอกและข้างในเป็นเกมที่เราสร้างความได้เปรียบได้อย่างสูงในช่วงแรกๆนะครับก็
Coach said that they started out the game well, both inside and outside, getting good advantage.
มันก็เป็นข้อผิดพลาดพอผ่านไปช่วยเรื่อยคือทีมมองโกเลียเขาเป็นทีมที่แข็งแรงทีมที่ก็แก้ไขกันได้ดีนะครับเราก็พยายามที่จะแก้ไขตามรูปแบบเกมในจังหวะต่างๆนะครับ
Just a few small mistakes that led to the Broncos getting the lead there, and they're a very good team. So they tried to adjust throughout the game, but in the end, it was not enough. Ijisu, your comments about the game?
It was a tough game, like up and downs, and we tried to like fix it during the game, and we had some little mistakes, and yeah, we're still trying to get the team chemistry, so we're trying to get better in our next game. Yeah.
A little bit here, you guys are playing at home. We had a good crowd here in Thailand again, and do you think that you fed off that energy a little bit, especially towards the end of the game? First, Junior first.
Yeah, it was good when we came back from it was good, and the crowd was there with us, good energy, but we couldn't just like at the last they made some tough shots at the end, so we worked with that.
ครับพี่แก้วก็เรื่องกลุ่มคนดูที่มาวันนี้หน่อยก็เป็นยังไงช่วยในการให้ energy กับทีมมากน้อยขนาดไหนไงครับ
ก็มันเป็นเกมในบ้านเนาะมันเกมในบ้านเนี่ยมันทำให้เราได้เปรียบเป็นเสียงเชียร์ขอบคุณแฟนๆแล้วก็ค่อยมามาซัพพอร์ตเรานะครับมันทำให้นักกีฬาของเรามันอยากจะเล่นให้เด็กๆดูเพราะฉะนั้นมันช่วยเหลือได้มากเพราะว่านักกีฬาทุกคนก็พยายามจะโชว์ฟอร์มให้เด็กๆที่เป็นเยาวชนได้ดูแล้วก็ได้ไปเป็นเมียนาโค้ชข้างหน้าเหมือนรุ่นพี่เขา
So coach said that it was a home game and that really gave them a lot of advantage. He really thanks the fans for coming here. It really gives the players more energy to play even harder, especially with so many young fans in the crowd, just to play hard and inspire these fans to keep on going and playing the game that they love. So yeah, a great sentiment here. Obviously, this is not the last game for you guys. One more very important game against the new Taipei Kings. Starting with you first, Coach, what will be the point of emphasis for you guys before this last game? ก็โค้ชแก้วครับสิ่งที่คิดว่าสำหรับเกมสุดท้ายนี้ที่สำคัญที่สุดก็ว่าได้เรียกว่าสิ่งที่จะย้ำกับทีมสิ่งที่ต้องย้ำกับทีมมากที่สุดคือเรื่องไหนครับ
เกมต่อไปเราเจอกับไต้หวันนะครับเราก็คือเราจะคุยกับทีมตลอดเรื่องระหว่างการป้องกันการช่วยกันป้องกันนะครับแล้วก็การเปิดการเล่นฟาสต์เบรกที่ดีเพราะฉะนั้นข้อผิดพลาดเล็กๆน้อยๆการเสียเทิร์นโอเวอร์เล็กๆน้อยๆมันต้องหายไปในเกมวันต่อไปที่จะถึงเพราะฉะนั้นมันจะสร้างความได้เปรียบให้เรามากถ้าเราตัดปัญหาตรงนี้ได้นะครับ
So coach said that between the team throughout this entire season they've been talking about defense all the time and the most key thing is transition offense and defense. So all of the small mistakes that they've been making just like in this game they will have to go away so that they will be able to come out with a successful result in the next game. Junior, any other thoughts on you as a player about what to emphasize on with you and the team in this last game?
I think we're getting better right from the first game. We can see the improvement and the chemistry coming in, and we'll continue to work together and help each other for our next game and get better than today.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coach Le Laokun. Thank you, Junior. And the post-game press conference is officially over. Thank you all, and see you next time.